Hey family, thanks so much for joining me. So I wanted to bring another reading. I wanted to do it sooner, but have been just focusing on a few other things. But I'm back. So let me just put this disclaimer on here. This is a timeless reading, so it could have happened in the past, could be happening now, could happen in the future. Um, Take what resonates and leave the rest. As always, might not fit for you. Don't try to force it. If it doesn't, the next reading or the one before, or there might be a lot of other readings that work for you that I have done or will do. Um, Sometimes I'll say divine feminine and I mean divine masculine. Sometimes I'll say divine masculine and I mean divine feminine. Um, if you want to work with me on individual couples, groups, speaking engagements, different things like that, twin flames, getting into union, staying in union, working on the union. If you want to work with me on a makeover, interview, an upcoming date, you want to work with me on attracting love, wealth, abundance, peace, patience, kindness, reduced worry or stress, um, or in general, just attracting the life that you deserve and desire. Feel free to reach out to me. My information is in the description below. I'd be happy to see if we would be a good fit to work together. So let me go in. So, divine masculine is showing out for you. And I think it's important. And, sometimes again, I'll say divine masculine, I'll mean divine feminine, because that might apply in your situation. So, apply it as it makes sense for you. But divine masculine wants you, very much wants to impress you, wants you to know or believe that he is amazing. And if he didn't really care about you, he wouldn't be trying to impress you so much. So he doesn't know what to do with all of his feelings for you. So he's like, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to show out, I have to, I want her to think that I'm great. And he wants you to think that he's fantastic, because sometimes it's tough to live up to the the hype, probably a lot of the time for people. And for men, I would say, for women as well, but for men, I think they work especially hard to look like they have status, or they're, you know, successful, whatever it is. And for us on the other side as women, we work, but in a different way, because I think different things are valued for us than for men. So maybe we work equally as hard, but just in a different way. Because for us, it's, our looks and, a lot of the things are valued more than intellect, more than, and that's not to say that those things are not important. And personally, I would say I work on those things the most: the intellect, being a great person, being kind, being loving, being caring, sharing, giving, all those things. I work on the internal things the most, because I know, basically, as they say, beauty is only skin deep. And even if you, in my opinion, even if you were quote unquote beautiful forever, um, for me, I think that's not what would keep a person interested, because it won't keep me interested as much as, I love, for my divine masculine to look amazing and stuff like that. And he does. It's more important for me for him to be intelligent, for him to be able to connect with me, for him to be kind, caring, loving, giving, considerate, sharing, for him to want to help people, want to reach out. And that could be in the form of, sharing information to try to help people to live the lives that they really want to live. There could be a lot of things, but being a good person, a person of good character, is what's way more important now. Don't get me wrong, everyone wants someone who's, pleasing to the eyes. Well, a lot of people do. And I do as well. So I'm in that number. But what I'm saying is it's not, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing for me is the character, the man, the person that I'm with. Because I don't care if the person has a pretty face. I ain't staying with you for the rest of my life. And you're just an awful person. Um, be a good person. One book that I would recommend for that, for people who maybe struggle with this, and maybe they have some people around them that ain't checking them, that's not telling them what they need to be doing, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is a book that I would recommend. Because if you don't have that um natural inclination, I would say, like, you're not naturally the type of person that cares or whatever, knows how to relate to people or knows how to be kind or considerate, then a book like that I think would help you tremendously. It was a book that was recommended. It was on a book list. I was listening to this recording. And among those books was The Secret and The Law of Success and 16 Lessons and things like that. So, book, in great company as far as the recommendation. So, but I think that's way, way, way more important than pretty face, pretty body. Um, and like I said, because even if it lasted forever, the pretty face and the pretty body, I'm not staying with somebody forever who's a terrible, just awful person. I could be with somebody else, and I would be much happier, I'm sure. So, but divine masculine is showing out. He wants to be not only he wants you to see him as a good person, but also he wants you to to think of him as a man who has status, a provider, is well liked among his peers, and all these things. He wants you to think great things. Now, for me, lately, it's been emphasized for me, and it will be more and more, I'm sure. Um, it's important to consider. Um, there are so many people around you that are trying to sabotage you. There are forces that we, of course, cannot see, spiritual forces. And those things might be trying to work against you. So you might be saying, I don't understand why, I'm trying to do this great thing. I'm trying to lift up the world and all this stuff. And why do things continue, obstacles continue to get in my way? Well, they're spiritual forces. Um, as the Bible says, spiritual wickedness in high places, and things that we cannot see, things that we do see sometimes. Um, that's something else that I need to get into, but I'll get into it later. Um, that try to stop us, try to hinder us, try to block us from doing the things that we really need to do, want to do. Um, and we got to be mindful of that. And we got to make sure, like I was saying before, that we read, listen to, watch, look at pictures of things that are going to lift us up, help us, inspire us, to stay on the right path. And um, even though the divine masculine or divine feminine, depends on your situation, wants to show out, they also want to know that if they have days when they are not like perfect, that you still love them, that you still accept them, that you still think that they're great. Um, and so that's why it's really important, I think, for both of you to support and encourage each other, to lift each other up, compliment each other, tell each other you look nice, stay looking nice. Make the effort, because say, and this is something that I'm going to roll out at another time, about dating, but make the effort to um, to spruce up, to look nice, to glow up. And I've been talking about this. Both of you have glowed up and you're continuing to look amazing. And people around you are noticing. And they're not going to stop. It's not going to stop. People are going to keep staring, going to keep looking at you, because, and it's important to see that, because important for them to see that, because they can see what love can do to us, make us look like amazing. We're glowing. We look great. And it's what we do for each other. So when people see you, they see, wow, they glowing. What's going on? What's happening with them? And they'll know it's love. And this is something that I touched on briefly, and I'm just touching on it briefly again. I don't know if people are noticing that they putting celebrity couples out there in the forefront, like say Nelly and Ashanti, or whoever, Rob Lowe and his wife. I don't know her name, but different celebrity couples. They highlighting them. And one thing that I've been talking about lately, and is this, I'm not going to stop, is couples. Now, because I'm talking about love on this reading. But one thing that I'm not going to stop doing is talking about love, talking about couples. We really love each other, and we are glowing because of it, that we look better and better, and people talk about it, talk about us, talk about, like, my buddy was talking about, she gave me a compliment. She said, "You look great." And I was saying, my divine masculine looks great. And that's, I started off talking about him and how great he looks and stuff. And I'm like, now you can see the difference over time in him. And I can see the difference in over time in myself. And I know he can probably see the difference over time in me, that I look different. And love is healing. This is something that I want to get into as well. The truth is healing. Expressing the truth, being about the truth, focusing on the truth, telling the truth. It can be very, very healing. It is very healing. And I think if people did it more, they would see how healing it can be. But I don't want to get too far off track, because I'm going to do some other videos about those topics. But divine masculine is about to make a move. I call this year the year of fast action. So things are happening fast. You might not always know what's going to happen before it happens. You might know what's going to happen before it happens. But for instance, I had been dreaming about this university, dreaming about this university. I'm like, I wonder if something going to happen there, something going on there. And now I know why, because God is placing me there a lot, all the time. But this is something else I'll talk about in another video. When God is ready to move you, you will know, because you can make your best efforts. God knows what you gonna do. You can make your best efforts, and God is like, nah, I'm blocking it. It's time. So whatever it is that God is telling you to do, wherever God is telling you to be, just do it. Just be there. Resistance is futile, is what I would say. But divine masculine is ready to make a move, um, getting closer and closer. And it's just figuring out, okay, what's the best time to do it? What's the best thing to do? What is it? What would she want me to do? Trying to figure out a lot of things um, behind the scenes so that when the move is made, it's right for both of you. Um, Lately, it's part of the focus has been on marriage. On So you might be getting a proposal. Um, And just keep in mind, if, some of you might have already gotten a proposal, some of you are getting it now, some of you will in the future. Just keep in mind, everyone is not doing the thing that they're inspired or called to do. So some of your divine counterparts might be inspired or are called to propose, and they just ain't doing it for whatever reason. But they will have to eventually. In the Bible, it says something like, every knee will bow and every tongue will confess. Everyone who is flesh will come unto God. So eventually, people are going to do, even if it pops out of their mouth, they're going to do what they're supposed to do. And what I mean is sometimes the Spirit speaks through you, sometimes all the time, as much as possible. I try to get the Spirit to speak and for me to shut up, because the Spirit knows better than me. And I sometimes mess a lot of things up by speaking. So I want the Spirit to speak, and I ask the Spirit to put words in my mouth so that I'm not messing things up, that it's right. So I am going to sign off for now, but just telling you that the divine masculine is about to make a move. You know how the divine masculine moves. You know how your divine masculine or your divine feminine moves. Could be very fast action, and it's just a matter of time before it happens. So don't be surprised if you get a proposal, if you get, they want to take you on a date, or they want to go, on a weekend trip with you, or whatever it is. Let's get away. Be ready, is what I would say. I was hearing it for such a long time. Be ready, be ready, be ready. And I wasn't 100% ready, but God knew that. God knows me. So he wasn't 100% ready. So it's all good. It is, it is only a matter of time before it comes up again. And when it does, be ready this time, because I know you wasn't ready 100%. That's okay. We're all human. And God knows what we're going to do. So again, watch, listen to, read, look at pictures of things that are going to inspire you, encourage you, lift you up. Just know that there are spiritual forces that are unseen that might be trying to sabotage, but make no mistake, whatever God put together is going to work out. Nothing, no one can stop it. So I'm looking forward to hearing about your experiences and the things that are going to happen to you in your unions and your relationships, marriages, friendships, or whatever, what have you. So thank you again, family, for joining me. Looking forward to bringing you another video about this soon. So many songs and things like that have come up for me. But what I've been seeing is a lot of single men, a lot of single women. And say, for example, if I saw two women that are single, I would see two men that are single. Or whatever, seeing couples together, seeing still seeing children, keep in mind, when the two of you are together, the divine masculine has wanted kids. And so you might have a babysitter while the two of you have a date night or go on a trip out of town or something like that. Just look forward to these things. Use your imagination to visualize these things. You would be surprised at how many things you could bring into existence by your imagination. Neville Goddard says your imagination is the creator. So don't discount it. Continue to use your imagination to create the things that you want in your reality. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for joining me again, family. Signing off. I will bring you another video soon, another reading. God says the same. Looking forward to hearing your stories about these relationships, the unions, the marriages. And I'll talk to y'all next time. Okay. See you soon. Love y'all. Bye for now.